Welcome back. In a rare act of unity, the House passed a bipartisan bill on Monday aimed at combating deepfake pornography online.
In a vote of 409 to 2, the House passed the Take It Down Act. That would make it a crime to post non-consensual, sexually explicit images on social media, including those generated by artificial intelligence. Now, the bill was passed by the Senate earlier this year, so it now goes to President Trump's desk, where he is expected to sign it into law.
For more on this, we are joined by Mark Weinstein. He's the author of the book, Restoring Our Sanity Online. Mark, good morning. Great to see you. So these images that Joe just mentioned, created with AI, they're becoming more and more of a problem for everyday people. Like, for example, high school students. This stat is kind of shocking. 15% of high schoolers say they are aware of one of these images of someone they know. And just to be clear, what these images really realistically make it look like is as if it's a nude image of somebody. And in the case of these high schoolers, I'm talking about just like someone that they know at their school. And even though it's not real, it can be so damaging to a young person. What does the passage of this bill mean for them?
Look, thank you, and good morning, everybody. This bill is hugely important. It had massive support. 100% of the Senate voted for it. It's so hugely bipartisan. 400 of 402 members of Congress voted for it. Melania Trump supported it. And what it does is it's going to protect kids. And this is so important. I mean, we know there's so many suicides. There's so much shaming. And this will, just really sort of like block it. One of the issues with the bill, it still is a 48-hour window to take down imagery once it's flagged as such. And I think that's actually a little bit too long.
Yeah, let's talk more about that. I mean, that 48-hour rule, what do you worry can happen in that time? I mean, does that offer tech companies some sort of shielding from any sort of potential liability?
Well, yeah, and it's interesting. Well, in this case, the tech companies are pretty well shielded as long as they pull the image down within 48 hours of it being reported. But the poster, and this is where the bill really has teeth, the poster could be subject to up to 3 years in jail for if it's a minor whose images are altered and put online. It's 3 years in jail. That's the maximum penalty, or 2 years if it's an adult. So we've got teeth here, and this is really important. Plus the fines of up to almost $52,000 a day if the image is not pulled down in time. And also there are state laws. 23 states have already passed laws. So it's almost like a double down, because for a state like New York, which has got a very tough law, there's another year in jail right there, more fines, etc.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's where it has teeth, Mark, especially because it's not just like going after big tech anymore. It makes it like not funny, not a joke for a high school student to just post it of someone they know and end up ruining their life. The thing, though, Mark, is there are opponents to this bill. Digital rights groups, they're raising concerns that it could threaten free speech and privacy rights, that it could essentially be abused to, take anything down off the internet. What's the argument there?
Savannah, it's such a good question. I have a long history as a free speech advocate. Long history. I'm well known for that. But the free speech I support is civil discourse. This is so far removed from civil discourse. And we've got to, we can't keep hiding behind the sort of flag of free speech and harming human beings, harming, girls, harming, everybody under that banner. No, civil discourse is a completely different conversation. Plus, with all the millions of bots and trolls online, we can't hide behind that banner anymore. We've got to protect people. We can get this right, and then we can adjust the bill if we see there's impairment that wasn't supposed to happen to free speech advocates.
Mark Weinstein, important information. Thank you so much for joining us.